This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
All right, welcome back to the Pete and Sebastian Show. My name is Sebastian Maniscalco, Pete Correale. For those of you who are new to the game, we've been going 9 years strong. We are welcoming the new listeners and saying thank you to the old listeners. This is our last show. No. Let's...
That's probably how it'll end someday, too. Literally that casual. We had a blast. Take care. You know?
I want to open the show by telling you that I went to a bowling alley last week.
You were telling us you were going to go after one of our shows. Yeah, I'd like to hear how it went. I was telling Jackie about the prices and all that, but she said it's probably awesome as far as stuff. No? All right, let's go. What do we got?
This is what I felt. You know, there's a place called Lucky Strike, which is one of these high-end. They got like 6 lanes, but it's like dialed in. They serve like steak and shrimp and stuff like that.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
it looks really cool and what have you. This, I felt like they took a bowling alley that had been in existence since the 60s and put some colored lighting on the pins and decided to charge a premium for the experience, right?
Yeah.
So we go there, bro, and I put the shoe on. I put the bowling shoe on. And I'm sorry, once you put your foot into that shoe, you not only got to burn your socks when you come home, but you got to burn your entire outfit. I feel like it's like a virus, you know, like it gets all over you.
Don't you feel that you're not truly you again until you get out of that shoe? You're not truly the man that you are with a bowling shoe.
I'll take it a step further.
Yeah.
I'm not truly me until I come home and shower. Like I feel the whole day is soiled.
Right. You're probably still checking for an infection 2 days later. Is there like any gray running up the shin? Are we looking at an amputation situation? I feel like if anyone who worked there is a fan of you, they whisper to each other, I can't believe he didn't bring his own shoes. I mean, even B actors think, remember the guy in the Hallmark movie? He brought his own shoes.
I think after this experience, though, I'm definitely going to go online and get myself a pair of bowling shoes. I think, you know, the commitment to buying bowling shoes is similar to the commitment of buying a tux, right? I feel like you wear a tux as many times as you wear bowling shoes, right?
Yes, they tend to be about equal. I mean, I haven't even ever worn a tux in my life, but basically speaking, yeah, usually I've only bowled 5 times. I feel like they'll even out eventually.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go get myself a pair of shoes. So I get everybody else in the shoe, and you know, get my kids tied up in the shoe. We were there with another family. This is about 11 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Right.
Now I don't know if you remember. There is an etiquette to bowling that I don't know. I thought everybody knew this, but let me throw it out at you. So when you go up to bowl and you have people next to you, to the left and the right of you, do you know that there's a courtesy where you don't go at the same time the person next to you goes, right? Like there's like it's almost a right away where you look over and you go, you go, or they'll do, you go. Are you aware of this?
Not only am I not aware of that, the last time I bowled with my family, there was a couple times where I'd say to Jackie, oh my God, you and the guy next to you were like literally bowling at the same exact time. It was wild, like a video or something.
Patrick, are you aware of this courtesy? Okay. So he's aware. He said it's like when someone's taking a golf swing, right? You don't like move or talk or whatnot. Right. Well, in the bowling world, you either you don't go at the same time. It's a distraction.
Even though Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard is already cranking out of the speaker, but I gotta wait till you roll your fucking ball before I roll my ball. Okay. laser lights everywhere, possible fist fight in the back, but I'll wait. Okay. Guys, one of the most exciting things about a new year is that you have no idea what adventures are in store for you, right? I mean, who never knows? You never know what the future's going to bring, from new travel experiences to new jobs or picking up new skills. There's no better way to prepare for 2023 than by learning a new language, right? For when you travel and you learn a new language with Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, you can feel confident no matter where the new year takes you. Travel-wise, go anywhere. You learn with Babbel. You can talk to anyone. I'm taking my family overseas. I got a couple places in mind to go to. I think I'm doing some Mexico, but we'll see. But nevertheless, you go with Babbel and you learn. This year, we're all going to use Babbel to help us get ready to make the most of it, and you should too. With Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete one lesson. So you can start having real-life conversations in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Wow. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 150 language experts and voiced by real native speakers, not computers. You're getting the authentic sounding language. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. So start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. And right now, you can get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/thecast. That's babbel.com/thecast for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel. Language for life, baby.
So,
all right.
I was upset. And
With what?
I gotta really.
With what?
I really got.
With the overall?
No, with the woman next to me. Didn't have the courtesy.
Oh, God. You didn't even know about it till you got there.
No, I knew about this growing up, bro.
Oh,
I
you
was
did?
Taught,
You did?
Oh, yeah. Early on, I was taught that you don't go at the same time the other person goes. It's this was as a kid.
I
knew this.
apologize. But, I mean, you really, you can't get mad someone might not know that, right? That's you got to bowl a lot to know that.
Not really. I think this is something. I told my kids. We don't go when anybody else goes.
Right.
We go when it's, when nobody goes. So I get up there.
Yeah.
Right? Take my ball. I get up there. Woman's next to me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking for the nod that it's okay. So I go, okay, she don't know the etiquette. Right? So I'm going up there to the ball. As I'm going and approaching, out of the corner of my eye, I see this asshole coming with her hand. Now I'm distracted, right? That this ball, as I'm fucking going, I go, you motherfucker, you don't know that.
Man. So, I see we brought the gremlin bowling that night, huh?
So I put this thing down the alley, right? And this thing's going. And I noticed halfway through, it takes a small turn. Like it looked like it was going in the gutter, but then it takes a small turn in and strike.
Beautiful.
And I go to Lana, I go, holy Jesus, I got some English on this thing.
Right.
I got some spin. I go, you see the turn that thing took?
You know
She
why
goes,
turn, right?
Why?
What'd she say? What'd she say?
There's bumpers on the gutter.
Oh.
I didn't even see him. The thing hit the bumper.
Right.
It
I was
ricocheted.
gonna. Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say afterwards that I'm surprised you weren't playing with the kids with bumpers. I mean, unless they were playing on the lane next to you, but you didn't know they were on there. But what I was gonna say in that moment was, I thought when you looked over like in anger towards the lady, it made your whole wrist turn and put a spin on the ball. But so now you got to figure this, bro. That lady looks over, sees you playing with bumpers, and says, well, I guess etiquette doesn't matter because he's not even playing with gutters. I come on, seriously? Like, I could see, like Patrick said, you don't swing a golf ball when another person is. At mini golf, I do. And you were basically mini golfing right next to her.
That courtesy supersedes the type of play that you're doing. All right, I don't care what you're doing. You don't go bowling at the same time somebody else does. Okay? Now, that's on the left side of me. On the right side of me, I got Pete Weber. You ever get these?
Who's Pete Weber? Is a bowling champ, right?
Yeah.
Is he that guy with the mustache who like gets really into it? Oh, yeah. He's the only reason I've ever watched bowling for 10 seconds on ESPN.
Yeah. This guy's like got the brace. What's that movie from bowling movie? Woody Harrelson.
Kingpin, right?
Yeah. He's got the brace. He's got the ball below his knees. You know, one of these guys.
Yeah.
And they show you the miles per hour of your ball.
Wow.
What do you think a guy like me? Oh, first of all, my kids. How fast do you think their ball is going?
I say their ball's coming in about 5-6 miles an hour.
3.8.
3.8.
What do you think I'm doing it at?
I say you're coming in about 37 miles an hour on your bowling ball.
15.2.
15.2, and that's being angry at the lady to your left. Imagine you're in a good mood, you would have rolled that thing about 10 max. 15.
This guy next to me, 32. When this guy hits the pins,
yeah,
it's almost as if the pins are gonna fly out of that area. You know, like right. They're moving. The pins are everywhere. When I do it, I gotta tell you, the authority that when my ball hits the pins, it's like if it would have been any slower, the pin wouldn't have been knocked over. You know, like when my kid's ball hits the thing, they tumble. It's just like humble.
I know. I think they're gonna stop. When my daughter used to play when she was real young, I'm like, I'm gonna have to slide out there with the shoes. But I guess it's on a little bit of a level, right? Because they always make it to the end of that ball.
Yeah, I don't know if the lane is tilted.
Yeah,
you think so?
I think it might be a tiny bit, maybe a tiny bit, but I'm with you though. Even when I roll a ball fast, you could get a 2-sentence conversation in before my ball hits the pin. Like I'll roll it and Jackie will go, "Oh, nice one." I'll turn. I'm like, "Nah, I twisted it. It's not gonna." And it still hasn't hit yet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So what is Gas Patrick like? What is an average pro mile per hour coming in at? Because I thought 32 was low. I thought these guys were rolling.
Can we look
like
at
50.
that, Patrick? Look at miles per hour on a bowling ball from a professional bowler.
I'm thinking, bro, this could be a great sport for you to lock in on for so many reasons. Not only is it like not too much on the back and hip, I feel, but I also feel
it is
a lot of it is. Because a lot of bowling it's after you let the ball go when you do the turnaround. Oh, I love that, especially if you know it's going in and it hasn't hit yet and you think it's going to strike you. It's like all that coolness right there. You know what I mean? That's part of the fun. I always turn around. Yeah.
I hear you.
So
most pro bowlers release the ball between 20 to 22 miles per hour, and it impacts the pins at 17 or 18.
That's it?
Bro, you might have been bowling next to a Hall of Famer.
Or
Right,
the
yeah.
machine was broken.
Yeah, they had it set on kilometers. turns out you were rolling them at five miles an hour. Your daughter was coming in at 0.1. With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and more importantly, I think, affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit, baby. HelloFresh makes it easy to eat what you love. Customize select meals by swapping proteins or sides or even adding protein to a veggie dish, whatever you want. Get crazy. And now you can even upgrade for organic chicken or organic ground beef on select meals. HelloFresh knows you're busy. That's why they take care of the meal planning and prepping, freeing you extra time in your schedule. With pre-portioned ingredients, foolproof recipes, and convenient doorstep delivery, HelloFresh makes it easy to get dinner on the table, baby. We used it, and we're still using it now because my wife always gets so frustrated because she can't figure out what to make for dinner. HelloFresh helps you with that too, man. You just look at the recipes, boom, 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 it's done. You don't have to think about it. Get back to living life. So go to HelloFresh.com/thecast60 and use the code THECAST60 for 60% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/thecast and the number 60. And use, again, THECAST, the number 60 for 60% off your free shipping. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and I'm adding this for a reason. I don't know, man. But so, like, Jeez, this guy was almost doubling what the pros do. I mean,
yeah, the 32 miles an hour seems a little bit.
Has the manager ever had to go up to a guy and say, "You're gonna break my pins, guy. You gotta slow down the windup." Jeez, wow, that's impressive.
So here's something they have. They got a bowling ramp for the kids. Have you seen this?
No.
It's an apparatus that they bring out. Basically, your kid puts the ball on top, and they push it, and it's a ramp, and it goes down. So not only do they got the bumpers, they got the ramp, right?
Yeah.
Caruso bowled a 98, right? I mean, like, I bowled. Yeah, here it is.
Oh, my Lord.
Look at this was the bumper. I had 110 and my 3-year-old son had a 98. Now,
Your son's looking over you like, "Dad, if you want to use the ramp, I won't say nothing to nobody." Were you expecting the lady to wait for the ball to go down the ramp, too, before she rolled hers? Holy shit. Guys turned it into a playground next to her, and you're mad about her etiquette.
oh God.
Jeez.
So then,
Yeah.
do you know how to keep score bowling?
No, I mean, I don't. And now they do it automatically, which is great, but yeah.
Have you ever, like when you were a kid growing up, did you know how to keep score?
No.
Okay.
But yes.
I knew how to keep score as a kid.
Oh, you did?
I don't remember now, but I knew when we went, okay, the X is a strike, 10, the next frame. If you get a strike, I think it's 10. If you do double strike, I think it's 40, if I'm not mistaken. Is it, Patrick? You look like you, for some reason, Patrick looks like he might be able to figure bowling scores out, right?
Patrick looks like he might bowl alone sometimes. He's coming with his bag. He's got a monthly.
I got to get out of here quick today because I got a lane reservation.
You just walk in. You walk in with your bag. Whatever's open, Tommy. Whatever's open.
If you get a strike, you carry back the next 2 frames, and if you get a spare, you carry 1 in. And so if you get all strikes, the perfect game, when you add it all back through, that's how you get to 300. So if you get a spare, you can only at the most carry one ball back.
So if you roll all strikes, the perfect game, does that mean you end up only rolling 10 times? Because you don't roll your spare. If you roll a strike, your turn is over. I remember that, right? Because you got them all.
So it's 10. Is it 10 frames?
10
but then
Last frame potential is 3 strikes.
So 13
so
strikes
13.
in a row is a perfect game?
I think it's 12.
Wow.
The 10th roll and then the 11th and 12th would be the 3 frames or the 3 rolls in the last frame.
See, and the guys do that often in matches? Do they like roll perfect games, or is that like a no-hitter? The pros.
yeah,
Sebastian, you know that?
I would think it's like a no hitter. I don't think there's a lot of 300 games in pro bowling.
If I took that up when I was like 6 and dedicated my life to it, I would probably be in the Bowling Hall of Fame right now. You too, but like, who's doing that though? Who's doing that? You know.
If you were a professional bowler, what would be your outfit? Like, what would be what you would wear? You know, like your uniform.
I would have to go. I'd be all black slacks, black shoes, black top, and if I could pull it off, like if it didn't affect my game, I'd wear shades and give myself a nickname like the Silent Assassin. Coming to town. You don't know if I'm coming to bowl or fucking murder somebody. No. Why? What are you going? Colorful, bro?
No. I'm with you. All black.
Yeah.
Everything I have on is black. Black ball.
Oh, it looks like a cannonball coming up. I'm thinking, because I was going to switch that up, go with like a deep red, boom. Right. But anyway.
That could be a good contrasting look. The only thing that would have it would be a little white stripe on the shoe. That's all. Just a little white stripe. Black glove, like a black brace. I don't know if shades is a little too much for me. I
know
might
it'd be
go.
good
Go ahead.
for you, like a leather jacket that it only comes off if there's a point in the match where the competition warrants it, where the announcers go, he's taking his jacket off. He's feeling the pressure from Kenny to Slinger. He's feeling it, you know? Like you don't even often have to take your jacket off.
I don't like the fact that I'm taking my jacket off to really work. I would go with he's taking his jacket off because now he's going to bury this guy. Right.
Like the wrestler climbing up to the third rope. He's doing the dive. Oh, God. Right. Oh, see, I'm telling you, bro. I feel like, it was tough on the hip and the knee, huh?
Yeah, it's tough on the hip. It was tough on the knee. It wasn't that good on the body. But then we went to the arcade, bro, and I had a flashback of 1981. Do you remember the name of your arcade that you used to go to growing up? Did you ever go to arcades?
Yeah, it was at the mall, but I didn't know the name of it.
Ours was called Just Games.
Yeah.
And there was a game in there, I'm sure you know of it, Galaga. Right?
I don't know.
Remember this
Galaga
game? Is that how you say it? I've always said it was Galaga.
Galaxy?
No. Galaga? Is that it?
Is
Galaga.
it the spaceship where you shoot?
Yeah, you shooting, they come down, they drop bombs, they go back up, they come down.
And that's the one where you can hit the smart bomb if it gets too hairy, right?
No, this.
That's space. Is that
This
Galactica? Galactica, right?
It's not Galactica.
No?
There's no T in there.
I
It's
think
Galaga.
Galaga. All right.
Anyway, I started playing this game, and we got like a card. You load up tokens on a card. So I'm playing this game. My kids are playing Mario Kart, and my game was over. I told Lana, give me the card. I gotta ramp up again. She's like, all right. So I do a second game, right? I end that game. I go, babe, give me the card again. She goes, well, the kids. I go, fuck the kids. Give me the card. I gotta play, bro. I was having like I got like addicted to this shit.
Oh man, yeah.
I was taking tokens away from my kids to play this thing.
So what are we going here? Are you gonna get one of those Xboxes now, man? Bring it on the road with you? You gonna be one of those dudes?
Oh, no.
Chewing tobacco, doing dip, playing Madden before your fucking show?
No, I know some of these guys. They play video games on this Twitch, and they use this as a source of income, where people watch people play video games. Can you believe where the society's at? Like I would have never been that kid.
No.
Like I would have never called you up if we were buddies. Like when I was 10 years old, going, "Did you see so and so play Galaga today?"
That's good. That's insane.
What?
Like,
But I
because
know
the guy's like the Michael Jordan of Galaga, so you get to watch him see you. Wow, did
Yeah.
you see the thumb movement? The thumb movement. Oh my god.
I know a few
Wow.
comedians that do this on the road, where they bring their entire setup. You know, there's like a box that they bring it on the road, and then they set up in the room, and they do a whole.
Man, that's
I don't get it.
insane. Now, I did recently. A friend of mine had the real Pac-Man machine in his house, and I did Miss Pac-Man, the one I like more, Miss Pac-Man, and I started playing, and I didn't even finish my 3 ladies. Like after the second one got out, and I got to tell you why. It was very stressful. It was very stressful trying to get the pill and then eating the ghost before the thing turned, and then it would turn. And I'm like, I got enough shit in my life. I don't need to be trapped in the corner by these fucking ghosts. Like it was not enjoyable, man. It was stressful. So that's probably. And then you get locked in, right? You want to beat that shit.
Oh,
And next thing you know, it's 5:30. Your family already ate dinner. Yours is cold. But yeah, before you know it, you get to the level 3 and divorced on the same day.
No, my heart goes out to the wives out there that are dealing with this in the home, where they got a husband who has. Here's another thing that bothers me. Some guys, they got a video game chair. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, man. Like, isn't that a deal breaker? As a wife, right? Let's say you move in with your boyfriend, right? And you go, oh, what's this? And he goes, it's where I play video games. Don't you just pack? Like, don't you just walk out? Doesn't that save you? Oh wow!
Listen,
bro.
that
Ladies,
Yeah.
1 second. Sorry, ladies. If you see this chair, if you go over to a guy's house and you see this chair, end the relationship right there. It's going to save you a bunch of heartache.
I saw that chair in person, and that thing is the Ferrari of chairs. All right, because this chair I got here, it's the chair I've had for years downstairs when we did this in my basement and my downstairs little room. So I just carry it up every time I do the cast, and then I carry it back down. So I was like, Jackie's like, get a new chair. And I'm like, it's got to be comfortable. So I'm in the store, and I'm in Buffalo, and I come across that, and I'm showing Jackie. I'm like, look at this thing, And I'm like, she goes, what's that part for? And then I read, and it's like, it says what you're saying. It's your game chair. And I was instantly like you are. I'm like, oh my God, this is where we're at. Are they buying gloves too? Is there a game glove, Patrick? Can we Google that? If there's a game glove, I swear to God.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Oh, wow. Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, ladies, I'm just talking. And guys, I'm even talking guys. If you walk in and a woman's got that chair,
Oh.
it's over. Done.
Well, let me ask you this. You're interested in the girl. What's worse, you come to a place and downstairs.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Look at that. Game gloves. What's more of a turnoff, though? You meet a woman that you like, you go to a place, and she's either got a game set up and that chair, or like on a wall, like dangling because they get worn, game jerseys for the local football, for the pro team that you guys live near. So you're like, okay, so she plays games, and then on Sunday she slaps that thing on and probably puts some Doritos in a bowl and cheers from 1 to 4 in the living room. Oh,
nah. I gotta go with the gaming. Listen, I'm not saying I used to play.
We're just joking, shit. All right.
I ain't.
That's where you were going, man. So,
I've played video games before. I'm not saying that. I played shit when we were in the Middle East. Bobby Lee, Eric Griffin, and myself were playing FIFA soccer. And Bobby Lee, such a gamer, he bought a game system in the Middle East while we were there, so we could play it there. And then he just left it there. He gave it to like the hotel and said, "There, take it. You know, if somebody wants to play this." That's how much of a gamer he was. But yeah, it could be addictive. But when you start like buying a chair and a setup, and this is where I play my video games, and you make it like a thing.
Watch videos of the guys better than you. You're scouting.
Yeah. You're subscribing to like Video Game World magazine, stuff like that. Then it gets a little excessive. What's this?
Bro, this would be the...
This is like a game...
Wow, that's pretty amazing, though. This is the bottom line. If you're doing hand exercises to build up wrist strength to be able to work the controls better, that's where I draw the line.
Oh, yeah. So we did that. Take me through, and you had mentioned this in our pre-production meeting today, your scenario on the plane. You said you had a travel moment.
Oh, I had a travel moment. I was at an airport last week, and I wanted your take on this. I caught a pilot, all right, younger guy, downstairs, not even the main section, off to the side, on the phone. I heard him. It sounded to be like his wife. Had to be his wife, having a heated disagreement about something, right? Mm-hmm. And then I heard him say something like about like his flight, in an hour and a half. Yeah, so I'll be home tonight. Yeah, and we'll figure it out then. But like, my question to you is: does the wife of a pilot or the husband of a pilot have a responsibility to not start a fight with the spouse right before he's about to fly me home? Right? Like, even if Jackie was pissed at me and I'm like, "Hey, babe, yeah, we're all loaded up, gonna leave," and I'm flying over the ocean with people from, Italy back to America, can she be like, "What the fuck? You said you'd send out the car." Hey, you can't. You gotta wait till I touch down. What's your take?
I agree. I think Lana over the years has definitely taken a mental note when I talk to her prior to a show to not tell me any news that might get me upset or worry or whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think a spouse definitely has an obligation to anybody flying an aircraft to be on their best behavior prior to any type of flight. Because, listen, I don't want the guy taking off, right? He's going to take off, right? He just got in a fight with his wife, and he's like, he's talking to the co-pilot, and then you know what she told me? She told me that and then he's up in the air, and he's so tense, right, that he misses something on the control panel.
He didn't do the air pressure thing, so now all our heads are gonna explode in fucking coach because he forgot to flip the button, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
I'm with you. And then
you as a passenger, do you have the authority to go up to that guy and go, listen, I'm going to New York City. Are you flying my plane? Like, could you go as a passenger and go up to the American Airlines desk and go, listen, the pilot on 608 leaving Chicago to New York just had a fight with his wife. I don't feel comfortable taking the flight. Now, is it your responsibility to book a new flight, or do they get another pilot?
Oh, man, they would book me on another flight. That's a good question, though. But would they even do that for me? Would they be like, I'm sorry, sir, you're going to... Yeah, because I'd go up to them and go, listen, I heard my pilot arguing with his wife on my 3:30 flight. It's 11 now. I need you to get me on the 11:45 instead, preferably first class, because if I could use it to get out of the airport earlier, if you followed the math on that, then I would do it. But then I don't know if you could do that for an emotional reason like that. I don't know if they'd be like, it's personal. I mean, what if he's crying? What if he's literally, you walk on the plane and you look over and you could see him in the cockpit and he's, and the co-pilot's rubbing his back going, I know, Kev, I know it's tough. Well, you'll be home in 4 hours and you could deal with that. I'm like, listen, I don't know what happened to Kev, but I think you should rent a car because I'm not comfortable with this guy sobbing on takeoff, all right?
Well, I told you about that time I was on a flight and I was in the front row of I think it was, I forget what, a Southwest flight. And the pilot leaned back to the flight attendant and said, hey, Helen, can I get a Red Bull? And I'm like, this guy ain't up yet?
That's funny. Holy shit. Oh, God. And the way he said it, too, right? It was like, is that coming off a yawn that I didn't see? Fucking like oh, sure, can I get a Red Bull? That's fucking great. Which, it brings up a question I wanted to ask you, too, because this guy said his flight was about an hour and a half, and I'm thinking, it's nice guys here an hour and a half ahead of time. What, like, if a pilot's staying at an airport right next to the hotel right next to the airport, if his flight's at not till 8 a.m., if he's getting out of bed at 7 a.m., do you feel that 60 minutes isn't enough time to brush your teeth, get it together, and take off? Like, how much?
I like my pilot to be up 3 hours before we take off. So
3 hours, it's a little too long. That's a little too long. I want them fresh. I'm thinking 2.
Well,
3 with a nice breakfast in them.
Well, you got to figure, he's got to get up. He's got to take a shower.
Right.
By the way, do you think a pilot should take a shower before he takes a flight?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why would I shower now? It's disgusting sitting in that thing. I'm going to shower when I land.
Oh, no.
I think he just does a...
No, bro. The pilot has to be pristine. When he gets on that plane, the whole outfit's got to be listen, if you get on a flight, right, and the pilot's hair is messed up and his shirt is wrinkled, Christ, what is this guy doing? Like, he don't even take care of himself, and now he's going to take care of me?
A week earlier, he was tossing the luggage into the back of the hull, and now he's not keeping the shit. I feel like you. The more pressed and tight the guy's outfit is, the safer I am.
Yeah, I always like a pilot. My ideal pilot is mid-50s, right? Ex-military. More gray hair than whatever color hair he's got.
So is it male or female we're going with, or
Male.
male? Really?
Male pilot. It's just nothing against women here.
Right.
Male pilot. What I see is, especially ex-military, is he's been in some unbelievable situations over Afghanistan.
Oh God.
Right. Maybe Serbia. I don't know what, like, in the past, like, and getting from Chicago to Florida in a storm. He looks at that going, in Desert Storm, I had Scud missiles
Right.
shooting at me. This ain't nothing, right?
I don't. That's not my ideal. That's not my ideal. And I got to tell you, based on what you're telling me, I'm halfway up in the air, and all of a sudden the plane's shaking. Am I feeling turbulence, or we got a PTSD situation going on in the cockpit? Right? I'm thinking I like a female, and I'll tell you why. I'm not just trying to score points. I see a female in the cockpit, and I see a young lady that used to fly with her dad in Roanoke, Virginia, over the fucking mountains on Sundays. We practice all landings. Dad was everything that you just said. But the daughter didn't see any of that. She just grew up always wanting to be a pilot. It's almost like a pilot that's half aspired to be a manager of a hotel, combined. It's like combining expertise piloting. And I'm not saying her and her dad didn't get caught over some storms in their little one-engine Cessna through the years training. She hasn't seen any military time, but she's been in some harrowing situations. And she also realizes there's a lot of people on board with suntan lotion in their bag. So let's try to avoid the turbulence. A little combo, you know what I'm saying? What do you think of that? Oh, man, what a picture. I should start an airline. Holy shit. With something to prove, too. A young girl always got something to prove. What am I doing up here in the air at 25 years old? I don't know, though. Then you see Sully landing that thing like just on a bed of feathers in the river, and you gotta say, and he's everything that you wanted, right? I mean, people didn't even get wet. Didn't even get wet.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta. That's probably my ideal pilot. A Sully. Was it Sully Sulligan?
Yeah,
Sullenberger.
There he is.
This is it. If I see this when I get on the plane, I go to myself, we're in good hands. No?
Good hands. People didn't even spill their coffee. This guy landed on a major river, and your coffee didn't even spill. I mean.
Can you imagine the people on that plane when that landed in the water, and they're like, that was better than some landings on a runway.
Absolutely. Now, is he automatically, if you were on that plane, is he on your Christmas list card? Do you send a card to Sully every year for the rest of your life if you were on that plane?
Sully Sullenberger gets 2 ounces of caviar every Christmas.
He should. How many people are on that plane? 142? He should get 142 Christmas gifts every year on the porch. There's another one, right? Shit. I mean, like, really expensive stuff.
And if I'm Sully Sullenberger, right? And if it's Christmas time, first of all, I have every passenger's name that was on that plane with me. If I don't get a gift from everybody, and Lon and I'd go, how about Frank Smith? Did he send something? No, right? Motherfucker! I'd be swearing people up and down. Just a card, something.
I'd be like, I'd call Frank after a few drinks. Yeah, Frank, you there? No card? Every Christmas you're alive is because of me. You keep sending the card, all right? You keep sending them. Which, this actually brings me to something me and Patrick were talking about beforehand. Patrick, can we show Sebastian the clip of the hippo? I need your opinion on this, okay? Mm-hmm. This is a gift situation. This, I think he's going to put it up in a sec here, but this kid in some village, well, it's a picture of a hippo. All right, it's a whole article. Forget it. Doesn't matter. We talked about this with snakes recently. Anyway, this kid was swimming in a river where they live in, obviously, like, not America. Got swallowed, we could take it down now, by a hippo. While the hippo had him in his mouth, 2-year-old boy, and didn't do the swallow yet, a villager was right there, a guy who saw it, and it wasn't even his kid. And he just starts yelling and pelting rocks at the hippo just to startle it. And no one F's with a hippo, right? So eventually the hippo got startled and coughed up the kid. Kid's still alive. They just had to rinse him off and shit, and he was fine, right? My question to you, and again, this is a village, you know, they don't have like Bloomingdale's. What do you get the dad who threw the rocks? If you're the dad, what do you get the guy who threw the rocks and saved your kid? I mean, does a day go by if you pass him in the village that you don't do something for him?
I'm another villager, or I'm like I am who I am, and that happens? Like somebody spits out Caruso, or?
Well, geez. I mean, if you're who you are, then what do we get him? We give him the house, tell Lana we got to move. He gets the whole house.
Well, where'd this take place?
It took place in like
Uganda,
Africa, Indonesia.
Okay.
Uganda. Yeah, there you go. Alligators cracked it.
If I'm a tourist and that happens, he gets citizenship to the United States.
Full sponsorship, and he gets the house, the house by the pool, the little guest house for a while.
Yeah. But here's my take on that. Like, does that guy know if you startle a hippo, he automatically regurgitates what's going down his mouth? Or if he gets hit with a pellet, does he go, oh, I'm swallowing this thing? Like, how do we know that?
Oh, right.
Does that save? Is that known to save people? If you hit a hippo with a rock, he all of a sudden has a...
No, I would say it was a long shot. I mean, you're startled. You're just seeing a tragedy unfold, and you want it to stop, I would imagine. But, yeah, I bet when he spit it out, they were like, what the holy shit? I mean, you got to think a 2-year-old boy to a hippo is like a nice little piece of shrimp or something, right? I don't see any reason to spit that back out. Yeah. So, I mean, do you think the hippo had that feeling where it was like, I don't know. I think whatever is in my mouth is pissing this guy off, and if I don't spit it out, there's a good chance he's gonna go get the whole village and shit.
Yeah, no, I don't think the hippos
down.
think of that far ahead.
Nah, you're probably right. All right, driving home from Chicago, tried to put a few together. I was thinking about first one. Say you got a school. We had a situation like this anyway by school by us. The gym teacher, for whatever reason, taps out for 1st through 6th grade, the elementary
One
school
second.
gym teacher.
I'm hearing Pete on your end. Go ahead.
Man-erio, do you think, with nobody's help and nobody's assistance, you could, if a small like school asked you and needed you to slide in and for 2 months be the gym teacher from 1st to 6th grade, no help, no advice, no nothing. Do you think you could slide in and do it so seamlessly that the kids and the staff wouldn't even know you didn't go to school to be a gym teacher?
My first reaction was yes, I could pull it off. But as I then thought about it, I would definitely have a problem with the younger kids just because I don't know enough games and whatnot to keep them busy. Hey, the older kids, okay, we're playing volleyball today, guys. Get the volleyball out, right? And we do volleyball, or we do cross country running. You know, go run.
Right.
But with the first graders and whatnot, I would be a little bit lost in the sense of I wouldn't know any games to play. So,
but like you could Google games and stuff like that. You just can't like have other teachers help you. But like if you could Google, figure out your own game plan, your own lesson plan.
Yeah,
what would you wear? What would you wear?
All black.
Not only
all black shorts.
Shorts? Oh my God. You're gonna let the elementary school kids see your legs, guy?
Yeah.
Oh, kid would go to my school from 1st to 6th grade, and he'd never see anything from the elbow down in my face, ever. No flip-flop, not even on field day, nothing. Shorts, guy. Oh, man, seeing your kneecaps. Now, not only do I think you'd make a good gym teacher, I think they would know you never did it before because it would be so unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? Like Sadie keeps coming home. We did track again. Track's what you do when they're hungover. They give you the baton and tell you to run around the gym. How many times we're doing track? I'd be all right. I'm right there with you. I mean, I know that's like. I'm sorry to all gym teachers out there. It's just a bit. All right. I saw this on the news. Long story short, they saved a man's life. The one woman who knew medical had to do CPR, like pump the chest. And the other guy had to do mouth to mouth. You're trapped on an elevator. Guy goes into cardiac arrest. It's just you and a woman. And she says, I'm going to pump the chest. I need you to do mouth to mouth. Could you do mouth to mouth on a complete stranger at any given moment if someone needed you to?
I would definitely get in there. I don't know if I would be doing it right, but I would definitely help out. All right? But I know me. Right? If I'm giving mouth to mouth to a stranger, I know I would be thinking as I was doing it, I would be going, this guy have onions for lunch? Do you think that if you're giving mouth to mouth to a stranger, and in that moment of high pressure, if the person has bad breath or periodontal disease or halitosis, that would affect your ability to give them mouth to mouth?
I don't know because I wouldn't know it till I'm hitting. I would tell you what would make the person pass away is if they had a cold sore on their lip. Then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's also, and not to sound like whatever, but the bottom line is I think like it depends on who passed out. If it's a guy who passed out and the lady's telling me she'll pump the chest and I do the mouth, I'll be like, hey, you do the mouth to mouth, I'll do the chest pump. If it was a woman, I do the mouth to mouth, you do the chest pump. Let's keep it all in the same family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need Bill to come too, and our mustaches are intertwined with each other. Oh shit. So, all right, well that's good. We gotta roll, we gotta stop. We're doing a short one here.
We gotta take off. We got some ad reads to do. And again, these things are flying by. We gotta appreciate everybody out there who's tuning in. We're up on Patreon. Go there, Pete and Sebastian Show. Go see Pete's dog. He posted a beautiful, beautiful video of him and his dog, and you'll get the extra episode behind the scenes. The podcast studio is up and running as far as the construction is concerned, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks again, once again, for tuning in to Pete and Sebastian.